Yes, Kasnovians. This is actually technically it's the third live stream of the day. So in the previous live streams that I've done today, we were speaking about aura and how you can become a more high aura individual. Yeah, aura is how compelling we feel in the current moment. The higher that our aura is, the more we're able to attract people. And I was just sat here in my apartment and I realized there was two things which I left out of the live stream, and I want to share these with you now in a separate live stream because I think these two principles that I'm going to share are going to send your personal magnetism through the roof. All right, these are principles that I apply into my life now without really being that conscious about it, but it wasn't always the case. Yeah, I've gone from someone who had appalling social skills, who looked like a turnip, dressed like a moron, couldn't pull a muscle, to a more magnetic version of myself. So the first print, by the way, I'm in my bathroom because I was shaving. I don't know if you can see, one sec, I'll swap hands. I don't know if you can see the cuts on my chest. This is why you don't let Kristian loose with a fucking razor. I was just like, la-di-da-di-da. Next thing, I was like, fuck. It wasn't even once as well. It was like a couple of times. But I thought, fuck it. I'll show the Casanovians on the live stream. But that actually links into the first principle, which is unapologetic raw authenticity. I do believe that most people fall in love with strangers. Yeah, when most people are on a date with another person, yeah, it's like you want to present your best self. You want to portray yourself as this personification of perfection. It's like you don't want to show off your ugly sides. Yeah, and I do understand it. I do understand that ego can get in the way in the whole dating ritual. But when I look at the tapestry of my life, in order for me to become high aura, in order for me to feel like the most compelling version of myself, I need to have full transparency. I need to be fully raw authentic with the world. Yeah, I like this word raw authenticity because I think it captures what I'm expressing so perfectly. Being able to just say to the world, this is me, take it or leave it. Yeah, that's a powerful place to be. Just being able to move through the world with this unapologetic sense of self-adoration. Because at some point, your flaws are going to be visible to the world. And I think when I look at the hinterland of the world, I think when it comes to me creating my art, yeah, that's the way that I view myself. I view myself as an artist, and everything that I do is an extension of my artistic impulses. I think a lot of us are tired of the bullshit. We're tired of... I think the internet can be a really clever way for people to manufacture an image of themselves which is not actually true. Yeah, like the fancy edits, the clever cuts. That's why I've always tried to make my content as real as possible. Yeah, you can see me going out and getting rejected. I put out uncut infield demonstrations of me going out talking to girls, no edits, no nothing. So you can actually get a realistic impression of what going out and talking to girls is really like. And one of my favorite principles when it comes to attracting women, making those cosmic connections, is state transparency, right? Saying what we feel rather than what we ought to say. And this is my issue with old school pickup techniques from about a decade ago. I think old school pickup is conditioning guys to mimic the personality trait of high value men, right? Talk like this, posture like this, say this when she says this. And it becomes this formulate robotic, systematic way of making connections, yeah? If you're speaking with a girl and your mind has gone blank, that's the next thing that comes out of your mouth. It's like, listen, I was going to say something, but you've distracted me. Like, I've completely run out of things to say. You're going to have to help me. Otherwise, we're going to have to start talking about our hashtag families. This is going to get awkward. Or you can just announce it. Like, you don't even need to say what I just said. You can just be like, yeah, listen, don't really know what to say, to be honest. Like, I don't know if you ever get that. Like, your mind goes blank and you don't know what to say, but it is what it is, you know, just being comfortable in the chaos, being at peace in the unknown. Yeah, I think when we're able to just strip it all back, and there's that beautiful quote from Virgil, the Roman poet, who said, "Blessings on your courage, boy, that's the way to the stars." Yeah, and I think for us to truly hit that high aura, magnetic level where we can move through the world with the grace and honor and vitality of a high aura individual, we need to be at peace with what is. Oh, you've run out of things to say. Your mind's gone blank. Oh, you've just cut your chest with a razor. Fine, announce it. Yeah, like not trying to think that we need to be perfect. Not thinking that we need to have everything figured out, because this castrates us of our confidence. Yeah, I just went into that room then. I was like, fuck, the lighting sucks out here. So I'm going to go back into this room where the lighting is nicer. And just being able to speak your mind. Yeah, not second guessing yourself so much. Just trusting yourself. Trusting that in the moment you'll know what to do. Yeah, that's the true essence of confidence. No matter what, I'll be able to handle it. So I think just living more authentically. If you don't like something, say it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Yeah, just like learn to say no to things. Reject anything from your reality that doesn't resonate with you. Follow your bliss. Yeah, follow your truth. Speak your truth unapologetically. I do think that we live in a society today of people-pleasing pussies who they pedestalize other people, right? They'll put other people's feelings above their own. But I think when we understand that the world is motivated by self-interest, yeah, we all just want the best deal for ourselves. So I think just learning to put yourself first. And if you are the perpetual nice guy who's done other things for other people throughout your entire life, then I do get it. But this is why I tell you that learning game, it's not a process of learning anything new. It's relearning that which we already know. Yeah, stripping back those layers of social conditioning so we can connect with our most authentic selves. What's that quote from Pablo Picasso? It took me 4 years to paint like Raphael, but a lifetime to paint like a child. So you've already got everything, right? You've already got everything inside of you to become the most magnetic version of you, to become an actual magnet, like being able to attract love from the feminine and admiration from the masculine. It's this process of unlearning. Yeah, and it's a daily discipline as well, because old habits die hard, right? I think if you can set the intention every day to live in accordance with your truth, so that might just be saying no to invitations. That might be when you're speaking with a girl, oh, I've run out of things to say right now. Maybe that might mean having a difficult conversation with a family member. Like maybe, like me, you've got people in your family whose life views don't resonate with your own, and you might need to spend less time with that person or all those people. Maybe you live in a small city or a toxic environment and you need to make the decision to get yourself out of that place. So I just think we already know everything. We already have all the answers. Was it Ecclesiastes, which says there's nothing new under the sun? Yeah, and nothing that I say is original. Nothing that I say is this new epiphanova. It's just like all this stuff is timeless. And I think in the age of information and the age of hyperconnectivity, people are more disconnected from themselves than ever before, because there's so many distractions to distract you from the highest and most authentic version of yourself. I think we are a generation of distraction artists. Yeah, we don't want to sit with ourselves. We actually want to meditate on our own futures and think, who am I? What do I want? It's just scroll, rinse, repeat, maybe wank yourself off into a sock here and there. That's your lot. So prioritizing raw authenticity, it's a daily discipline I want us all to start doing. I think we can all be more raw authentic. Yeah, I think it just comes from knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you believe in. And it doesn't mean being some like tyrannical dictator, like, no, it's my way or the highway. It's just having grace behind your ability to express yourself. It's like, oh, you think this, that's interesting. Have you considered this viewpoint? Or maybe you're speaking with somebody and they allow you to think differently. I think one of the traits of a high aura individual is being able to hold two opposing viewpoints at once and not get offended by it. Like, I might believe in something, Like I might really love cold approach. I might really love daytime cold approach, and someone else really loves meeting girls during the nighttime. And this other guy might be like, yeah, daytime stupid. And rather than letting my ego get in the way, I can actually open up my soul and be like, okay, maybe we can learn something from this individual. I might not change my mind entirely, but it may create new awakening. So just being raw authenticity. And the second principle that I wanted to share, this is an absolute classic, but I think sometimes absolute classics, I forget them sometimes. I learned this a long time ago. It was when I was reading How to Win Friends and Influence People. You read that book? Yeah, and it's to become interesting, you become interested. Now, you might have already heard of this, but reiteration is consolidation. I think when it comes to being hyper magnetic, yeah, becoming that guy who people just want to have in their life, like becoming that sort of guy, as soon as you walk into a room, people just want to be around you. It's being led by curiosity. Yeah, I think, before I was saying the world is motivated by self-interest, right? Everyone just wants the best deal for themselves. Women want to feel beautiful, men want to feel powerful, but every single person, including you, wants to feel important, right? That's what the world wants. That's what people want in this world. It's this desire to feel important. And I remember reading in the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, he explained that when appealing to people, appeal to their self-interest. Yeah, so this is a perfect way into sales. Yeah, like when you're trying to sell something to somebody, you don't talk about you. I mean, you can share personal stories, but you're talking to that person's self-interest. Yeah, like what's in it for them? How are they going to benefit? How are you going to take them away from pain closer to pleasure? That's all people give a fuck about. Like people don't give a fuck about you unless you give them a reason to give a fuck about you. Yeah, becoming a source of pleasure is, I think, one of the most powerful ways to become high aura and become a literal magnet. Yeah, becoming a source of pleasure. How do you do that? It's actually very straightforward. You become interested, right? So like if you're speaking with a new person, rather than telling them all of the amazing things that you've done in your life, find out who they are and then have enthusiasm about not only who they are, but who they could become. It's almost like having more enthusiasm about someone's future than they do. Yeah, so maybe you're speaking with someone, yeah, maybe you're speaking with a guy at the gym and he's got aspirations to become a fitness influencer. Yeah, so it's like, I might start a conversation, like if it's a guy at the gym, I'd be, bro, how many sets have you got left? He's like, a couple. I'd be like, oh, bro, you're looking good. Like, what's your workout routine? And he might explain a little bit. I'd be like, so is the gym your thing? Is this like your sort of like full-time gig? You were going like pretty hard, so I'm assuming you're pretty religious when it comes to training. And then he'll start to open up a little bit more. And then maybe I'll just ask him, so what are you doing at the moment? Oh, I'm working in an office, and I can tell that's not what he wants to do. So I'm just like, so what do you really want to do? And this is where the raw authenticity comes into play, because you can penetrate the bullshit. You're not just having like the small talk, wishy-washy stuff. I like to go into deep rapport with people quickly. Like within the first minute of a conversation, I want to know what someone's hopes and dreams are. I don't have time for like the really small talk, which goes on for about 30 minutes, just the surface level stuff. I want to know who these people are at their essence, right? Like really being led by curiosity. And then, he might be like, oh, I've got aspirations to become an online influencer. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking cool. And maybe then I would bring in a little bit about myself to ignite enthusiasm and almost give him permission and show him that his dreams are not stupid. Yeah, I might be like, yeah, I've got like my business. I create content online. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely possible, right? And then I'll just giving him optimism, explaining it's possible, giving him permission to believe in himself, and having this insatiable enthusiasm for him. Yeah, so to be interesting, you become interested in people, and then having enthusiasm, like having like unapologetic belief in this person. It might just be a perfect stranger, but I think when you do genuinely become interested in other people, so many doors open up for you. You become a personification of magnetism. So I know, I just wanted to share these two principles because they're in my mind, and I like to use these live streams as an expostulation of truth, and also to give you practical stuff as well. So I thought these live streams, I thought this topic was important, becoming magnetic, prioritize being more authentic. And when you're meeting new people, remember, the world's motivated by self-interest. Everyone just wants the best deal for themselves. So make people feel important, appeal to other people's self-interest, and just become this beacon of hope and optimism. Yeah, just have this feel good energy. Smile more, laugh more. See every social interaction you have. This is a practical point that I want to leave you on. Every new person that you meet after watching this live stream, I want you to treat this person as an opportunity to practice what I'm speaking here. Yeah, an opportunity to practice, an opportunity to connect, and to leave every single person better than you found them. Yeah, I think if you can do this, you change the world one person at a time, and this stacks wins for you, right? Again, the world is motivated by self-interest. You're making other people feel good, so you feel good. But a rising tide lifts all the boats. So yeah, just wanted to share that, and yeah, love you, bye.